In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Lemure is described as a hideous blob of molten, rotting flesh that oozes across surfaces as it moves. While their lower halves were basically formless, their top halves tended to vaguely resemble a humanoid torso and head, though with twisted and ever-shifting features. As the lowest Batazu devil, they were often put to work in menial positions, or used as fodder in the infernal armies of the Nine Hells, and were generally regarded as next to worthless by scholars and devils alike, owing in part to their mindless nature and state of near constant pain and moaning. They have an AC of 7 and 13 hit points, and terrible stats across the board. Similar to their demonic counterpart the Main, their strength comes in the way of resistance to cold and immunities to fire and poison damage, as well as an immunity to the charmed, frightened, and poison conditions. They have a couple of interesting traits as well. Devil's Sight allows them to see through magical darkness, and Hellish Rejuvenation acts as a resurrection unless impeded by Holy Water or the Bless spell. They have a single fist attack with a damage potential of 1 to 4. As a DM, I would use the Lemure as a swarming creature to complement a more powerful devil, or as a minion of some warlock or other powerful sorcerer. To make the encounter more difficult, I would pair the Lemures with a master that can cast darkness, or put them in an area with magical darkness as a feature to take advantage of their Devil's Sight, and also to put the party at a severe disadvantage from the start of combat. I would have them attack the party together, surrounding players one by one to prevent melee players from reaching their master, while taking shots at all the players from all sides. The Lemures are not meant to defeat the party themselves. Instead, they exist to weaken the players so that the main devil or creature in charge can finish them off. They are expendable souls, after all. In ancient Roman mythology, the Lemures are spirits lumped under the overall category De Inferi, but unlike the Mains or Lares, they were shades or shadows representing the restless or malevolent dead, typically depicted as frightening pseudo-human visages that haunt the living. They were said to be created when a vengeful spirit of a person not properly buried, or not given the proper funeral rites, came for retribution, or were those spirits judged to be evil by God or the gods, and sent into an eternal torment. They were described in literature as formless shifting shadows associated with darkness and dread, and were known to haunt living men who broke oaths or otherwise dishonored themselves in front of their fellows. In addition to Roman beliefs, King James I of England wrote a book called Demonology, in which he described a subset of devilish spirits consigned to hell as Lemures, saying that these devils were, quote, spirits that haunted some houses by appearing in dures in horrible forms, and making a great din. If they appeared in likeness of any defunct to some friend of his, he were called Vembre Motorium. This association with a spirit resembling friends or people you know may have been lifted from the Celtic traditions and legends of the Changelings, but regardless, the Lemure was eventually secured a spot as a minor devil in the Christian faith. In comparing the monster to the myth, we find that the D&D Lemure leans heavily on the formless aspect of its origin myth. However, in place of shadows and darkness, the Lemure of D&D is a formless mass of flesh, which is all the more terrifying, and quite frankly in line with the horrifying aspects of the Nine Hells. If you enjoyed that video, please leave a like and comment below, and consider subscribing to the channel. You can also join the Patreon for $1 a month to access videos days before they're posted here, as well as other exclusive stuff like short stories, videos, and more.